What's going on, everyone? So, the Lakers, as well as everyone else, are kind of waiting around on Bradley Beal. What is going to happen with Bradley Beal? When is he going to be bought out? We heard a week ago that he was going to be bought out in 24 to 48 hours, and now a week has passed and he's still not bought out. Then you have to wait another 48 hours for him to clear waivers. Now, it could be one of those things where he gets bought out and then you hear, oh, he's bought out, but, once he clears waivers, expected to sign with the Lakers or the Clippers or the Bucks or one of these teams that are interested in acquiring Bradley Beal, right? Bradley Beal is kind of weighing his options, I'm sure. I imagine even if he gets bought out, probably takes his time. I don't think he's going to super rush it because there's several teams that make some sense. But his preferred destination was the Lakers via trade. So you'd imagine that, hey, if he wanted to be traded to Lakers, he'd want to sign with the Lakers. So maybe that's something that ends up happening still. Again, we're all kind of waiting around on Bradley Beal, but we did get a little update as to when we can kind of expect the buyout because, up until today, we didn't have any news. We were all just kind of like, hey, what's going on? Is he getting bought out? Last we heard was that the Suns were buying him out and that everybody knows he's going to have to take around $14 million less in order to get bought out. So it's like the money is there, everything should be done and ready to go. Well, it turns out that because of a stipulation in his contract, that the Phoenix Suns may wait until that clears in order to buy him out. So this Tuesday coming up, which time of posting this video, depends on where you watch this video, but at the time of posting this video, it's July 12th, Saturday. So talking, 3 days, so it'd be the 15th. Bradley Beal will receive a $13 million payment advance. It's an advance payment that was part of a stipulation in his contract. So the Phoenix Suns are, according to Mark Stein and Jake Fisher, are waiting for that payment to kind of clear. And then once that gets through, then they will likely buy him out. So my guess, this is just my guess based on the information we have, my guess is he will be officially bought out middle to end of next week. Right, that the payment will go on Tuesday. They'll have that cleared, paid out, and then either that'll be kind of separate because it's kind of paid out regardless. Again, it's stipulation in his contract, and then he'll take the $14 million less, and then they'll pay out the difference, or that'll be kind of like an added bonus for him. Right, whatever. We will see. That's really kind of Phoenix's issue and what they need to work out. Not really any other team's issue, or it's for them. So my guess is that by maybe Wednesday, Thursday time, we should hear the buyout, or at least get an update of hey, they are in the process of doing said buyout, and then Bradley Beal will be bought out, and then, hopefully we get some word. Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked though if he gets bought, let's say he gets bought out Wednesday, right? Just argument's sake. Let's say he gets bought out Wednesday. I wouldn't be shocked if we don't hear for another week or so where he's going to go. Right? Because I'm sure he's going to want to talk to some of these teams. I'm sure he's going to want to what's your plan for me? Right? I don't want to be in another Phoenix situation, right? Whether I'm starting or coming off the bench, right? I want, what role do you envision me in? Right? If I'm Bradley Beal, I want to kind of weigh my options. Yes, in theory, right? It's okay, I could go to the Clippers and start with the Clippers. Okay, yeah, that's great, but because you have James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, am I just playing off ball the whole game? Am I just kind of a 3-and-D shooter, right? How am I James Harden and Kawhi Leonard? How do you envision us fitting, right? Is that even something that can work? That's something he's going to have to weigh, right? Because James Harden is best as the point guard with the ball in his hands, doing his thing, making plays. Kawhi Leonard isn't really known for passing, right? He's not a guy that's really known out there for wheeling and dealing, right? He's kind of one of those guys that gets the ball, you can kind of expect it going up, right? So these are all things he's going to have to weigh. Milwaukee, same thing. Where do I fit in? Milwaukee, you could argue, probably the best fit, the best situation, but one, does he want to go to Milwaukee? Two, right? Damian Lillard and Giannis didn't really work. Now, they didn't play a bunch of games together, so is that part of it? Or is it just you see all the time. Sometimes, it's hard for another superstar to play with another superstar, right? So does Bradley Beal kind of look at it and go I don't know if that would work, right? Point is, Bradley Beal's going to have to weigh his options. And we did have reports that there are 5 teams kind of in the mix for Bradley Beal. 5 teams are very interested in Bradley Beal. And that is obviously the Lakers. Then you have the Clippers, the Bucks, the Warriors, and now the Minnesota Timberwolves are another team. Here's the thing though, right? Like Minnesota, I don't think he's going to go to. The Warriors, I don't think he's going to go to. Again, I could be wrong. This is just kind of my thoughts, right? I mean, Warriors, you could argue you could play Steph and Bradley Beal with Jimmy Butler. Like that could be kind of interesting. Add a layer of like just scoring and whatnot. Right? You could argue Bradley Beal could kind of be the second guy behind Steph because Jimmy Butler, like with Jimmy, he's one of those guys that he doesn't really care about like the scoring and stuff, right? Like obviously if you need him to go get 20, he can go get you 20, but more often than not, he's just like, hey, you want me to do the dirty work? You want me to defend? Like whatever, like I'll go get you 15, right? Like I think Jimmy Butler would be fine kind of taking that step back, but I don't know like if that's the best situation for him, right? Where like LA makes the most sense just because that's where his wife grows up, his family, right? He's going from Phoenix to, Arizona to LA. It'd be an easy transition. He'd be right in the heart of everything, right? Where, talk about Golden State, a little more north, right? In like the Oakland area and stuff. Like, so is that something that he wants to necessarily be, or is he better off just kind of being in LA? Milwaukee, same thing. Like Milwaukee, if I'm being honest, Milwaukee's probably the best place for him as far as just like fit, what that team needs, like where he could slot in, right? He could step in and play that kind of Damian Lillard role. He'd probably get his 20 shots a night and probably get back to being a 23-point-a-game guy. But, again, does he want to be in Milwaukee, right? Does he feel like me, Giannis, and Miles Turner are enough to win a championship? Maybe, maybe not, right? It's in the Eastern Conference. That's the other thing, too, is that like he'd benefit from being in the Eastern Conference. I still really lean towards the Lakers, right? And I know it's kind of like, does he really want to come off the bench and whatnot? But like a couple of things, like if you're Bradley Beal, you're in LA. He's always wanted to. I mean, he's been tied to the Lakers since literally, before the Russell Westbrook trade. Right? There was talks about the Lakers maybe trying to go trade for a Bradley Beal type thing, right? But beyond that, it's like if I'm Bradley Beal, you like say what you want. Whoever's better, Austin Reeves, Bradley Beal, whichever one you think is better. Right? If I'm Bradley Beal, I'm looking at a situation going like, I can outplay. Like, get me in a training camp with Austin Reeves and watch me take his spot, right? And if he can't, well then, like it is what it is type thing, right? Like, I feel like the Lakers would pose a very good situation for him. I do think he'd play a ton. But I mean, it really just depends on what the Lakers are looking to do too, right? Like, because he's going to want to play the role, right? Like, if I'm going to the Lakers, are you really going to play Luka, Austin Reeves, and me? Right, assuming I'm Bradley Beal, right? Are you going to play the three of us 30 minutes a night together, right? Am I closing games for you, right? Like now we're tiny, now we're small, right? So am I not closing games for you? Like all of these things he's going to want to weigh and are all going to be options. Like Lakers are going to have to answer that. Lakers are going to have to figure that out, right? But I believe, this is just my thoughts, back to being Tyler, right? Like if I'm the Lakers, I'm signing Bradley Beal, and I'm looking to trade Austin Reeves. That's just me. Even if you're somebody that's like, Austin Reeves is better than Bradley Beal. Sure, right? You believe that? It's fine, right? I think Bradley Beal is a product of his environment, right? He's not that far removed from where he was averaging 31, 5, and 5, right? Like, I think he's a product of his environment. People are looking at, well, last year he was all over the place as far as like where his minutes and role and rotation. He ends up coming off the bench, and he still was a 17, 4, and 4 guy on excellent efficiency, on like 50% from the floor, right? Like, better three-point shooter. He's better off ball. But, okay, even if you think Austin Reeves is better, it's about what's best for the Lakers, right? One guy in Bradley Beal is probably going to be, at worst, a biannual exception for the next few years, where the other guy is going to be making anywhere from 30 to 50 million the next few years. Like Austin Reeves was great when he was on that valued contract. This is that last year of that. Austin Reeves is going to get expensive, and he's going to get expensive fast. And he's your best trade chip. So to me, can you take a Luka Doncic, Bradley Beal, right? Now that's your backcourt. Obviously, there's concerns defensively, but Bradley Beal can, when he's invested defensively, is better defensively than Austin Reeves. He just has the better tool. He's more athletic, like quicker, all of that, right? So I would like that better, and I think you can get away with that more. But then also now you can turn Austin Reeves into more of the players that you need, right? And Bradley Beal can kind of fizzle out in the 20. Like, Lakers want to preserve the cap space and everything. Well, Austin Reeves making $40 million a year is going to dig into that cap space. Bradley Beal on a biannual exception for 2 years is not. And then even if you're going to re-sign him, he's still going to be making $20 million a year off of Phoenix. You're not giving him another $50 million contract. At most, you're probably giving him $15 to $20 million if it works out, right? So now you have, Luka, Bradley Beal, right? With LeBron James and DeAndre Ayton, can you go turn Austin Reeves into a clear-cut 3-and-D, ideally, younger wing, right? Like in a perfect world, you would have went and got like a Herb Jones, but he just got a new contract, so I don't know about that. But like, can you maybe put a package together, get like a Trey Murphy or something, right? Or go look at some of these other teams, right? Like, I look at the situation, I'm like, can you turn Austin Reeves into players and assets that now, like, even if you're not getting like several players, right? Like, can you do something with like, I don't know, I'll just use Portland as an example, right? Just using them as an example. Can you get something like a Matisse Thybulle and like a couple firsts, right? Like whatever Austin Reeves' value is as the first. Like, yeah, you're not getting like a sexy player trade, but you're getting a bunch of picks and assets that now you can go use to go make other moves, right? Because again, it's like, what players are you going to get? The problem with Austin Reeves is his contract is so low, right? So it'd be hard. Like, you can't go and trade him for Andrew Wiggins plus. Like, Miami right now could be like, give us Austin Reeves, we'll give you Andrew Wiggins and 2 firsts. Right? Like, you can't do that. Like, you'd have to send out more players. So it'd be like Austin Reeves and Rui to go make that happen. It's like, well, now you're not valuing Rui, right? So to me, it's like, okay, like, yeah, can you get a player that matches up similar salary wise, but also get a bunch of assets where it's like, okay, you got a player that you clearly need, plus you got a bunch of salary and assets. Again, it's just kind of a thought that popped in my head. I'm sure I could think of a better example. Don't take that too literal. Like, people like, oh, you want to trade Austin Reeves for Matisse Thybulle? It's not what I'm saying, right? And I also said assets, like you get Matisse Thybulle and like 4 firsts, right? Like that's value, right? But again, it was just more of an example. Anyway, as always, this is a discussion, pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot as we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.